Board of Selectmen meeting for Monday, December 2nd, 2024 to order. One item to add to the agenda, and that would be an executive session on potential land purchases. Is there a motion to add that? Let me try your minds. Selectman Federici?
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
That motion carries. One other item, Cliff Gurnham has called in this morning. He has got something over at the fire department. He'd like to be moved down the agenda to part of the agenda. So we'll be, is there a motion to move him down?
So moved.
Yeah, okay, and a second. Let me try your minds. Second Federici?
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Pledge of Allegiance, Charles, would you please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Charles. Public forum. Anyone wishing to address the board in public forum on anything on the agenda?
It's not on the agenda, but they told me if I come, I could speak for about 2 minutes at 8:30.
Who told you that? My staff?
Yes,
We'll break with tradition since staff informed us that. Come on up, name and address for the record, please.
I'm Lauren Murphy, and I live at 193 West Lane in Guilford.
Okay.
And the thing I wanted to show you is a little nativity. I'm asking for permission to put it up by the Christmas tree. And I knew that if I showed it to you, you would see how simple and beautiful it is. There is a Mary, a Joseph, a baby Jesus here, and a star above, and it stands about this high. And I'll show you. I guess it slipped out. Oh, there it is. This is how it appears.
Okay.
And I'm just asking for permission to place it inside of the fence with the other Christmas decorations.
All right, thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to? Materials back in the box. Thank you. It is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, we will be discussing this later in the agenda.
Okay, I have a Zumba class at 9:15. Do you know when you'll be discussing it?
Probably not before then. So, that would be under item 13, request for use of town property. So unless this board wants to consider talking about it at this point, is there a sentiment?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, second, let me try your minds, Selectman Federici.
Aye.
Those in the room.
Aye.
Any questions or comments for individual?
I think it's beautiful. And I'm looking forward to having it on the green.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
and we did approve it to be
Yes,
on
we
the
did.
green
Yeah, we did.
previous meeting. But as you pointed out, we didn't.
Yeah, we did not approve it within the fence line. We didn't feel it was an appropriate location for it, given the parameters on the use of the green. And we had indicated that there were several other places that you could, in fact, place it, which is consistent with previous decisions that this board has made relative to those types of activities. And I would also suggest that this is not unlike the menorah, which is on another portion of the green. This is a religious, in my mind, this is a religious display. And I am completely sympathetic to it as I attend the church right across the street right across the green from here. And the nativity scene is special to me, but it is a pure display of religion. And I think most of us felt that that was most appropriate and somewhere other than where we were doing the holiday tree. So
You did get that information from us, correct? Did you get the information?
Yes, I did. I got a letter and then I emailed on the website, I emailed each of you. And I was indicating that since this is the focus of the celebration of Christmas, which is the birth of Jesus, that I thought it was appropriate to put it there. It's also way too small to put elsewhere. You can see it's small, it's vulnerable, it's smaller than the snowman. And we're celebrating the birth of Jesus, so why can't he be invited to his own birthday party?
We're also right at the same time celebrating the holiday of Hanukkah. It falls this year on either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And we do have the menorah on the green, and I think we offered many other spots on the green. It's just that I just looked up the origin of the Christmas tree, and that started long before it became embraced by Christian tradition, and it didn't become embraced by Christian tradition until the 19th century. So the Christmas tree itself is more of a beginning of the solstice of when the days start getting longer again, and we have the reindeer around it, and it's a town-sponsored event, and we, all of us, all five of us, wanted you to do this, as Susan said, but we didn't feel it was appropriate within the fence, because then it looks like the town is supporting one particular religious event as opposed to other religious events that may or may not fall at the same time.
Well said, Sam.
Is that enough?
Yes, yeah.
Well, I thought
French.
about this. I'm sorry I didn't see your letter on the website. I didn't get your email.
Okay,
I don't know. I do get emails.
maybe a glitch, but
Okay.
I just repeat that Christmas is the celebration of the birth of Jesus, the birth of Jesus Christ. It is the celebration of his birth. That's what Christmas is. And this is just a token saying, we recognize that it is your birthday and you're invited to your own birthday party. And I just, just a representation. I love Jesus and I want him to be invited to his own birthday celebration. We are celebrating his birth.
Not everyone is though, and I am personally, but not everyone in town is. And I think the Christmas tree, that's a tricky one, because we call it a holiday tree, we call it a tree. We know it's a Christmas tree, but it's been so secularized and it's kind of fun for everyone. And people might feel excluded if it seems like the town is choosing that particular display of the Christian religion within the fenced area. I think that's what it boils down to. And I think what I personally would love to see is, I'd love to see your display on the green as we approved it, and you've got a year maybe to organize a group to get a larger one, if you think that would be more meaningful for next year. That might be a way to plan for next year.
Well, thank
Is
you.
it seems like you were saying that you wanted it inside the fence because it was small and to protect it.
That's true. That's part of the reason, but it's also that in there, everyone's looking at the tree and the snowman, the reindeer.
Okay,
It's
so
like
that
this
leads
center.
me to two decisions. That first of all, I don't want the town to have the liability of your display. We've given permission a lot. I mean, I forgot the specifics of where, but there's plenty of other options for you on the green. I would be concerned about the town having the liability of your display. And, the point that you were just making about drawing attention to it, that plays to Sandy's point. We have all of the citizens of the town, and to appear that we're endorsing one would be inappropriate, frankly. So I continue to support our decision about giving you so many options for, maybe you can put a fence around your display. I mean, I don't have an answer for that part of protecting them.
Lou, you gonna weigh in on this?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to go right to the First Amendment, but I think the whole point is that everyone has an absolute right to celebrate religious holidays and their religion as they see fit. And the more passion, in my opinion, the better. That's a wonderful thing. But a municipality and any government has a responsibility to follow the First Amendment, which, you know, says we're not endorsing any particular religion. I mean, there's Muslim holidays in the winter, there's African holidays. Obviously, the Jewish menorah is up in another part of the green. I thought that was an absolutely perfect solution to the problem. And I think that what's in the fence and the tree is representing the secular holiday, the secular aspect of Christmas. And to the extent that people have religious beliefs beyond that, 100% support that in their own way, in their own space. So I think our position was exactly on the spot.
Thank you, Lou. All right, anything further? No? All right, is there a motion to reconsider and allow the nativity within the fenced area? Hearing none?
No.
That motion fails. Thank you very much for your impassioned plea. As you just heard, most of us will be celebrating the same holiday as you would, and in the nature that you have asked this to be recognized. But we just feel that it is inappropriate to place it within that area. So,
Okay, thank you for your
thank you.
consideration.
You're welcome. Okay, anyone else? Well, let's see, we already moved to the agenda item. So I'll move to approval of minutes. 3.1, the November 18th regular meeting. Is there a motion? Second.
Second.
All right, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. 3.2, the November 18th, 2024 capital budget workshop meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion
I'm
carries.
sorry.
Aye. That motion carries. 3.3, November 19th, 2024 public hearing and special meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second, let me try your minds. All in favor?
I have just.
So,
one.
Aye.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wasn't clear. The motion on the third item we discussed, which was the Long Hill Road path, the motion that we voted on is described here as directing the town engineer to move forward with the 10-foot multi-use path option. And it's just not clear to me what that
I
means.
think that
move
was
forward.
planning.
Move forward with the plan,
planning.
right, the planning, if there's a way to word, I think that's what we said for the second one.
Yeah.
Advance the project for further planning is what we said for the second one. I think we meant the same thing.
Same thing for the third one?
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
point.
we could make that correction.
Good. All right. With that correction, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
With that correction, aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. 3.4, November 21st, 2024 special meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And a
Second.
second? Any comments or questions? Let me try your minds. All in favor, Selectman Federici?
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
That motion carries. All right, item 5, Health Department, Sonia Marino, come on up. Consider and take possible action on the purchase of Ford Escape from Gengris Ford, off-state contract number 24 PSX 0110. Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning.
This was from your capital plan from
Yes,
last
it
year
is.
that had been approved.
That is correct.
I have one question. Is this a hybrid? Is
Yes,
it EV?
yes.
That's all I wanted to know. Anybody else?
I'm just wondering about the $1,000 technology package. Do you know offhand what that consists of?
I do not. I kind of copied this off of another person because I don't mind having a similar car, but I can find out.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Probably GPS and all, you know, the screen.
so
Like that.
if it's not something they can need, maybe you could take a look.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cars are 100%.
And how many vehicles will you have for the health department?
So we currently have one truck, which is great for outdoor work. This is going to be good for the actual inspections because bringing a white truck into a restaurant is kind of glaring, hey, we're here to inspect. We also have 4 inspectors, one part-time and the other 3. And Public Works has given us going to be giving us a used car. So we'll have to 2 trucks and 1 car.
I can, if you're done, I can jump.
Absolutely. Come on.
The one advantage of being at the computer is you can find things out. So the Ford Escape technology package is navigation, driver assistance, which is safety features, adaptive cruise control, speed sign recognition, interestingly, then parking sensors and a larger display.
So it's sort of the normal things that
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
expect nowadays to find in a
Yeah.
car.
Feels like it's more safety
Mild.
and
Yeah.
function oriented than a Bose super duper speaker system,
Yeah.
which would be perfectly nice, don't you? But
Car.
not necessarily in a
That
town
was
car.
on page 2. No.
Yeah.
All right,
Good,
thank
thanks,
you, Lou, for super sleuth there. All right, anything further? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room? Aye. That motion carries. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
Okay. Item 6, Town Planner Ann Hartson discuss and take possible action on the zoning permit fee revision in the fee ordinance. To set a public hearing date of January 6th, 8:30 a.m. at the town hall, or via Zoom. Is there a motion? All right, this is as a result of some significant amount of discussions about the need for zoning permits for work that is being done exclusively within the confines of a house that does not impact the potential use of the property, because it doesn't deal with anything on the exterior of the house, further encroachments into wetlands or setback requirements, et cetera. But there is a requirement that the state has put on us that it has to be signed off, zoning review. And we have to make a contribution to the state, not we, but the applicant. So we had originally looked at waiving that fee because there's really no work that's needed to be done by the zoning department. It's just a formality to pass it along. So that's what this is about. There's a motion to set. Any comments or questions, concerns?
I have a motion. I'll make the motion and then I have a comment.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I think I just answered it by looking. I just thought if we decided not to have the fee and now we have to, can we make it as low as possible? But she's already addressed that.
Yeah.
We propose to drop the fee of these types of permits to the minimum $60, keeping all the others at 100. Okay.
Right.
And that whole $60 goes to the state.
It goes directly to
Oh.
the state.
Oh, I mean, isn't that nice?
Yep. All right, further comments or questions? Hearing none, let me try your minds, Selectman Federici.
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item 7, Park and Recreation, consider take possible action on disposal of equipment. Good morning, Pam.
Morning.
The floor is yours. What are you getting rid of? And
Floor
get
is
some
mine.
beautiful
All
pictures.
right. So apparently there is, let me just read Tony's. So basically we have an old sander and an old trim mower that's been in storage for years, and we missed the opportunity to auction them the last time. Both are 15 to 20 years old and have no use to the department.
Okay. Is there a motion to,
Does that go for all 8 of them or that?
yeah?
Everything that's on, correct, going for auction has not been utilized in years.
Okay.
Are they currently?
Any chance this is over at the old Public Works garage?
I believe so, yes, most of it.
Because I continue to say it looks a lot like my basement. Stuff that I hold on to that I'll never use again.
Well, we're looking to downsize so we can
There
make room.
you go. All right, so is there a motion?
Yes. so-
Sandy made the motion and a
Right.
second over here,
Second.
and a second on that side. Further comments or questions?
Yeah, one quick observation, Pam, thanks for actually putting pictures of these things up here, which was super helpful to understanding what it was we were doing. It's one thing to get a description, another thing to see it.
You're welcome.
Right.
I'm all about
Good.
pictures.
Very helpful.
All right, let me try your minds, Selectman Federici.
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
All right, Pam, before you leave, good luck. When is the pie contest done?
Tomorrow, let's just hope there's not a sneak attack. That's
And
So
Are
far,
you-
I'm doing pretty good.
Are you still leading, Pam? Are you still, I mean, leading in that you don't get the pie?
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
still-
I'm still leading as of the weekend. That's why I was saying to, hopefully it's not a sneak attack where they're just building up like Matt told me about his.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take your
But either
glasses off, take your
either
glasses
way-
off before you go.
I appreciate everybody who even gave $1. It means a lot. It's a nice cause. It's a lot of fun. So thank you. I hope I get a chance to know who donated so I can thank them personally.
You got it. All right, thanks for doing it, Ben.
You're welcome.
You're joining me in proving to the public you're not afraid to make a fool of yourself in public just for a good cause.
That's right. More to come.
You got it. All right, item 8, Public Works, discuss possible action on disposal of parts and equipment. Where are your pictures?
Not advanced like that. We're getting rid of, so we at the garage have a ton of parts from old vehicles we got rid of, and they don't cross over into any vehicles we have now. So we're looking to auction them off, instead of throwing them out. We palletize them because we think that we'll get more money that way.
Okay.
There's also a sandblaster there that we don't use, we can't use. You need a booth, there's a whole different, thing that has, whole infrastructure upgrade that needs to be done if we're gonna use that, so we won't, so we're gonna auction that off. And also, there's 2 trench boxes we're gonna be auctioning off. We can't use them, we had a safety class and, when the instructor came by, I said, these aren't tagged, you really can't use these, cause you'd be cited by OSHA for them. So we ordered new trench boxes, but we're gonna auction off these 2 old ones, and then, and that's it.
That's it. Excellent.
What about the old truck down behind the recycle center? That gonna be going soon or someday?
Yes, actually Janice, she came up for those 2,
A couple of months ago.
couple months ago. So
Good.
those are gonna go on this auction as well. The guy came down last week and took pictures of everything, so.
Well, we want to thank you all for increasing the selectmen's revenue line item.
Yeah, our line
Well,
looks
we don't
great.
know the numbers yet. But
Right.
it's the right thing to clean out periodically.
Oh, yeah.
Just one question. For the new public works facility that is being contemplated, would there be an area where you would put the enclosure for sandblasting? Would that be?
No, yeah, there's so many
Other
avenues.
techniques,
Yeah.
other techniques to use?
Yeah.
Sandblasting is ancient technology.
Yes, we really don't want to get into that.
Got it. Thank you. I knew you'd have already thought of it. All right, so is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
So second,
Second.
God bless you, Lou.
Thank you, excuse me.
All right, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici?
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
Aye. That motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Item 9, discuss and take possible action on a resolution authorizing the first selectman to sign and execute documents with DEP for a grant for the creation of new tidal wetlands. This is a catching up after the fact kind of arrangement. This is for the work that was done over at Chittenden on the West River with the restoration. And ironically, this is the best part. Deep's the one that made us do this in the first place because of previous sins that we had committed. So,
Our punishment, our penance.
well, yeah,
Anyway, it was a good solution,
you got it.
excellent solution.
You got it.
But we never did the resolution or it was just overlooked? It's all right,
This is about the grant though, isn't it?
Yes, it was about the
Yeah.
grant.
So, right,
okay.
so the doing of it was,
Was,
it wasn't like
that
we
was,
didn't.
oh, no,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, we did it.
but this is a funding
this
for
is
it.
just a,
Okay.
All right, any further comments or questions? Let me try your minds, Selectman Federici?
In favor, just to shake it up.
Yeah, there you go. Those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Thank you. All right, item 10, environmental planner, Kevin McGee. Discussing, act, on recommendation of the tree advisory board. Award bid number 4-2425, downtown tree planting to Love Your Home LLC. How about love your street? Tell us.
Yeah, we're,
Love your town.
we're gonna look at that,
Trees. You know,
we're gonna look at that a couple times, actually, like, what's his name?
what's the name?
Which then requires to do a deep dive into what they, who they are.
Yeah.
But we're, tree advisory met last week, and recommending that the board of selectmen approve Love Your Home LLC to be awarded the bid number 4-2425 for the town center tree planting project. For their quote was $68,884. We received additional total of 4 bids as part of the project, which range from this price all the way up to $99,000. We reviewed the application or appraisal, the proposal there. We checked the references. We even called the company to make sure they understood the requirements of it and they understood what was being performed. They done some larger projects, not all one shot, but they've done 30 or 40 trees in a row for different clients they had. They do some street work for towns in the western portion of the state. And looking to do this one for us. So we're looking to move forward with them. The price is slightly higher than what we have in terms of money left from us from the ARPA funding. So as part of the price, the bid price, we've had it in asking for price per tree, labor and stuff. So if we have an issue like this, we can reduce a couple of trees and make up for it. Or look at other sources. I know I'd follow up with Mary Jane to see if there's any extra money left sitting in ARPA for a couple $1,000, if that's willing to be slid into this one to assist
Yeah,
with it here.
And Mary Jane has about a month, less than a month to,
Yeah, to with it-
reconcile that account, so.
Yeah, with the purchase orders and everything out, as soon as possible for this, we'll also be using some money anyways from my tree budget, because our project theme changed as we went through the development of the RFP. A lot of input from the downtown merchants regarding the condition of the trees in front of their businesses. So we originally looked at doing the roads coming into the center of town for tree planting, but then it got turned with all this concern regarding the trees in front of their businesses, which are pretty much in poor shape, to doing about 50% of the plantings in front of those businesses, which require existing trees to be pulled out, stump grind, and new soil put in place there. So that wasn't part of this bid, so we'll be trying to do some in-house work, utilizing Public Works. Talked to them regarding this, we're using Public Works to help get the existing stumps out. My tree budget were necessary to remove the existing trees. Some of the trees may be low enough for now. The power lines where Public Works can take those out, but there might be taller ones where you have to get a certified company which works around wires to take out the other ones there. So
Interesting.
so we're headed with the project, working with John, with economic development, there's been conversation with the businesses, letting them know this is going to be happening, so.
There's been a consistent concern echoed by the shopkeepers about dead trees right on Whitfield, right out in front of our prime commercial location,
Yeah.
so. Anyway, with that, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
In a second.
Second, yeah. Kevin, what do you see as the time frame for doing this work?
We are looking to get this thing done or signed as possible. We're actually looking for spring work. Since this whole thing has to be wrapped up by the end of this 25 year, my understanding with the ARPA funds there, so. So it's gonna be, a lot of the trees we have there are actually trees that have to be planted in the spring, so it's gonna be a spring project there.
Right.
Do where the people that own the stores where the trees are gonna go, do they help them with the watering of them and stuff?
The first year of the project, the company is required to do at least 1 day a week of watering.
Okay,
But if they love to chip in, that'd be great in terms of that effort. The remainder of these trees, I should say, are gonna be continuing up Church Street, up towards the highway to complete their hunt, the rest of the remaining trees we have funding for. So we'll be lining that, replanting that street due to losses also, which Tree Advisory Board has been looking at and done work on State Street and Fair Street, so it's now Church Street's theme anyways. We'll also be we'll have to work with DOT since it's within their right of way to get proper permits from them. So that's our next
Next step.
hurdle we're jumping.
Anything further? No. All right, we have a motion on the table. Let me try your minds. Selectman Federici?
Kevin, I'm gonna vote in favor, but I'm just curious, there's a lot of information provided and thank you for all that. Is there a schematic or a diagram of everything that's happening, or has it just not been decided yet?
There is a schematic showing the tree planting locations. I'm not sure if it was,
Yeah, I was looking for that too.
not sure if it came in, it probably wasn't included with your package here, but we do have,
So you know already where everything's gonna go.
correct, yep. We walked it, we laid it out, we
And
have
what's the,
the style trees picked out, the taller trees, which would be the native taller ones, which would be planted on side of the road without power lines, and then smaller ornamentals, which some which would be native, will be planted underneath the power lines.
okay. No Bradford pears in there.
No Bradford pears this year. It's- At the time, they were the popular tree. We'll see what happens this time.
Of the 108, how many are replacements and how many are new trees? Are new locations?
So the ones around the center of town are the replacements. So there's about 40, 50 of those there.
How's
And 50 or so will be new trees, which will be going up Route 77.
Well, I know they're all new trees. The question is.
No, there'll be new trees on the road, where additional new locations where there's nothing currently.
Right.
Replacement locations. with
Maybe
nothing.
we ought to see the location map or schematic if possible. Could you send us that?
Yeah, we can,
Yeah, no, I don't need it today.
No, we can share that.
Okay.
we have a send a
If
PDF,
we
which
get
is part
some
of the,
feedback. I mean, will neighbors and things like that.
yeah, they'll be notified and letters sent as part of the process there.
I'd like to see that.
But yeah, we have a PDF of that there, so I can send that to Tracy to forward out.
And Charles, thanks for that question, because it's not, we're still not net new, given how many trees come down in any given year. How far behind the curve are we, you think, on?
I can't remember the exact numbers. I think last year we had over 300, maybe it was 320 trees come down, combination of the power and Kevin's removals, and we planted, last year was a big year, we planted 17. So at 100, we're still only about a third of what comes down. And those are over a certain caliper, because the little ones don't count.
They don't, yeah. Okay. Let me try your minds, Selectman Federici?
Aye, and thank you for this. This is it kind of gets lost on people until it's a in their mind, a crisis, and the fact that you're staying on top of this is just great.
And those in the room? Aye, that motion carries. All right, right on cue. Thank you, Kevin. You got item 2, right?
Yep.
10.2, discuss and take possible action on a recommendation from the Conservation Commission regarding proposed changes to the East River Preserve Deer Management Plan. All yours.
So every year as part of the deer management program, we do a wrap-up discussion with the participants of the program there, which then we bring them back their concerns, questions, suggestions, back to the Conservation Commission. Their concerns have been, or what they've been seeing is that when they're out there, they go out first thing in the morning, they're actually stirring up the deer bedding down, and they just kind of disappear from the area during the hours that they have available to hunt, which is from sunlight to 11:30 in the morning. The participants, as part of the program, they put their trail cameras and stuff out in the area to see kind of what's moving around, what's out there. And noticed a lot in the afternoons, the deer seem to be coming back into the property, and find it, if we're really, basically, not, the participants told us, if we're really serious about reducing the members of manage the property to protect the wildlife or the vegetation of the property, and habitats of the property. We kind of they need to be out there when the deer is actually moving around, and just instead of sitting in a tree for a nice morning watching any nature that passes by them. And they have some interesting sightings as they're out there early in the morning there. But it doesn't help our program. So their suggestions were, one, extending the total hours program. One, as were suggested, the final suggestion here was starting with the January 2-week program there. They also like, the hunters also suggested, with the warmer temperatures, the way the deer are moving, they actually suggested increase in the number of days in the fall period to the end of November. They're actually seeing more movement in deer with the rut just at the very end of the period, which is, I think, some warming weather is creating some habitat changes within the wildlife here. So that's one thing that suggested the Conservation Commission also extend the hours to all periods. The Conservation Commission felt, let's do this in steps right now, and figured right now, for the January program, which we have coming up, is just try to see how it works with the all day during the 2 weeks that we're conducting in January.
Okay.
And start with that. The commission can evaluate how well that works to see if it's something they want to expand all day coming up in the following October, November period.
And extending the November period.
And extending the November
That'll be
period,
second-
so
That'll
they'll,
be second.
And the challenge you're gonna have, I mean, you're effectively eliminating the use by the general public.
no, not at all. Not by the way the program's set up.
You're allowing hunting all day
It's,
in their mind, because I know I've already gotten feedback about the morning issue.
it's because it's a bow hunt
I
from
know
a
what it
tree
is.
and shooting down at an angle, so.
I know all the mechanics and I know the safety, but I'm just saying, I've gotten reactions from people that utilize it just for hiking and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And even hunters' reactions, talking to those people, you effectively, when they're hunting, you're not in there. Because not some, and I don't even know the mechanics of it. I just know that if you open it to all day, you're effectively eliminating the use by the general public. In general. Okay, the other issue, let me just finish it because I want to get one other point. You know, I rep Guilford at the Water Authority. We have a large program
Correct, we
here.
modeled that one.
Right, and there's been a substantial reduction just in deer are smart.
Yeah,
I mean, they're smart. If they know that you're allowed to hunt in the morning, they're not gonna be around in the morning, they're gonna be around in the afternoon. You change it to all day, I don't know what I just, generally it has been down. So that's my only two concerns. I have heard from people that utilize it that if hunters are there, they just, will not go in the woods.
Great. Hey, not to quibble, but my answer to those folks would be, we have hundreds of trails for hiking in this town, which we're actually gonna consider adding some more a little later in this meeting, so that's
And that's
one.
real. I just,
Yeah,
it's still a consideration. You're gonna have to highly publicize
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
going on.
Oh, yeah, we put notices right, the trail entrances, and we'll even do our Facebook notices, public publicity when it comes out too.
I would-
But they're at least 250 feet from a marked trail. Not many people even know they're out there. The hunters reported to me that they're up in trees. They'll see people with dogs, people and everything else go by. People have no clue that they're out there. These guys tuck themselves, they don't want to be near with people. They tuck themselves in spots where they know the public isn't around or.
And I'm sure the people that I've talked to are not so much the exceptions, but have had interactions. So, you don't hear from the people that don't have interactions, but.
Yeah, I know most of the problems I hear with issues, because I haven't heard any issues on the issue of reserve regarding conflicts with hunters or anything like that, is the land trust property in West Woods where people don't realize
Yeah.
that's an active hunting area because it's state property. with shotguns.
Yeah, I
and
don't
everything
even know
else
if
there,
I
so.
refer to them as conflicts as much as surprise and concern.
So Kevin, I should probably know the answer to this, but do we have any representation from folks who don't think we should be hunting the deer at all? Did they show up at these meetings and talk about the efficacy of the program and no?
Nothing in a while. I mean, we have deer management on our agenda almost every, the issue of deer management program on our agenda. Quite a bit, especially coming into this period and probably maybe 2 or 3 months where it doesn't, when the program's not inactive in terms of hunting and stuff, but as we're getting closer to registration, applications and stuff like that, we start discussing it on the agendas. It carries through all summer, indicating that the safety program is happening, the choosing of the participants, it's all within the Conservation Commission's notes, and it's basically has right on our agenda, deer management through reserve.
I mean, I think that's the beauty of trying this for the January period is we'll get feedback. We'll see if there's a, you know, are there more deer being taken, significantly more? Is it working? How many people are complaining about restricted access? You can evaluate it. So I think it makes sense to try. We have to keep it under control, whether people like it or not, we have to do it. So.
So now, you're gonna extend it dawn to dusk, so right now it's dawn to noon or something?
Dawn to 11:30.
Okay,
If they have to be on the property longer to remove a deer, so they got it at 11 o'clock, and it takes a while for them to get off the property, they're required to notify my office that they're gonna be out there, so we.
and is dusk, does everybody know what dusk means? I mean, it means while it's still light before it's pitch dark, is that it?
That is something they can know, because part of their training for the DEP, they are all required to have certification from DEP. That is not our term, by DEP terminology.
So that's covered. Yeah, that's all.
Thanks, same question.
Yes, I'm not quite sure the positive, it's twilight period or what, but it's,
That's good. I don't really plan to be out there, so I just either hiking or shooting or aiming, whatever it is, or eating, nothing.
All right, is there a motion to approve this trial to extend the hours from to dawn to dusk?
I'll second it.
Anything further? Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room? Aye. That motion carries.
Kevin, can you report back to us and let us know how it went?
Works, yeah.
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 Mhm. Yeah, we keep track of, my staff in the mornings go through and we keep track of how many people or how many vehicles we see out on the properties each day. So we kind of have a general understanding how the program is being utilized.
Okay, good.
And they're required to report to us when they do harvest something.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you, Kevin.
Yep.
All right, Cliff, welcome. We're going back to item number 4 on the agenda.
Hi, sorry about that. Been a busy morning with the fire department.
Easy to accommodate. So we're gonna discuss and take possible action to contract with Eastern Datacom for additional exterior and internal speakers under the PEPM contract. Cliff.
Correct. So this is the final security improvements for Cox. We went through and did a full survey of the entire building inside and out. As you may recall, we did do some emergency installation of some speakers inside so that we could hear announcements and emergency broadcasts during certain drills. So we did an overall complete survey. This would take care of the remaining areas that do not have speakers or any type of notification in those areas. So it has been reviewed by the Standing Building Committee, and they recommended moving forward with Eastern Datacom under the PEPM contract in the amount of $11,920.90.
Great. All right. For open discussion, is there a motion to approve?
Yes, so moved.
In a second.
Okay, well,
Second, we are waiving the bidding process, but it's with the company that's already done most of the other work for this. Is that my understanding?
anything further? Any other questions? No? All right, hearing none, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room? Aye. That was easy.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too, Cliff.
Bye.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Item 11, discuss and take possible action on the 2025 meeting schedule. Are there any conflicts with board meetings or
Not for us
not
anymore.
even? Oh, that's right, you guys are up.
We're off. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, want to comment on the recently announced merger?
Well,
It's all over social media right now.
is it?
Oh, yeah. How do you think I heard it?
I didn't know.
Someone sent me something, said, what's going on here?
I'm sure it's
And-
all positive comments on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, meeting schedule looks good. Is there a motion to approve it?
But so moved.
In a second.
Aye.
Here you go. Those, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
That motion carries. Item 12, appointments and resignations. Move Maureen Pascasilla from alternate to regular member on the Youth and Family Services Board to fill a vacancy for a term to expire September 30th, 2028. Is there a motion? A second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? Let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room? Aye, that motion carries. Item 13, the request for use of town property. Act on the request from Shabbat of the Shoreline to place an unattended display of the Hanukkah menorah and to have a public lighting on December 29th, 2024 with an ice sculpture. And there was also a request for sign advertising the event, sign placement 12/15 to 12/29. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A second.
Second.
Apropos of our earlier discussion, this will not be within the fenced-in area.
Mhm.
So let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. 13.2, act on a request from Shabbat of the Shoreline to use the green and to place a sign on the green advertising its Shoreline Jewish Festival on August 10th, 2025. Sign placement 7/27 to 8/10. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I guess the rabbi makes a good use of his coming into the office. He takes care of the immediate one and then the longer term one as well, right? Very efficient. They try your mind, Selectman Federici.
Aye.
Those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries.
Just back to the ice sculpture, I'm not against it. That would be in addition to the 3D menorah that's up for 2 weeks or something. And I guess
Yes.
the
Yeah,
ice
well,
sculpture will be there until it melts. Right? I mean,
Yes, I believe they did it,
Yeah.
I believe they did it last year.
Did they? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Excellent. Look forward to that.
All right, okay, 13.3, act on a request from the community nursery school to use the green and to place a sign advertising its Little Folks Fair on June 7th, 2025. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And a second. And a second, okay. Let me try your minds, Selectman Federici.
Aye.
Those in the room? Aye,
Aye.
that motion carries. 13.4, act on a request from Boy Scout Troop 471 to place a sign on the green advertising its Christmas tree collection on January 4th and 11th, 2025. Sign placement 12/28 to 1/11. Federici,
I'd be happy to make that motion.
and second?
Second.
Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici?
Aye.
Aye. Those in the room?
Aye.
And 13.5 is obviated as we failed to act on it when we addressed it earlier in the agenda. Committee reports? Jan?
Well, we had a community conversation regarding affordable housing on November 20th, which was a Wednesday night. It's at the Lockton Library Meeting Room, and I think, I didn't ask Rob the official count, but I would say it was around 75 people.
I would
All
agree
the
with you.
chairs were filled, and it went very well, and Matt opened it with some good remarks, just kind of giving a quick summary of what's going on, and then various people from the committee spoke, and David Fink spoke, who we've been connected with over the years he used to be chair of Partnership for Strong Communities, and now he's doing work on affordable housing for SCROG,
Yes, he
among
is.
other things that
Among
he's
other
involved
things,
in. And it was positive, it was good. And we're still, you know, the Woodruff project is progressing. I mean, they're working through the deep approvals now, and they're gonna, I think, have some designs to show us with the deep approvals in mind, and we're gonna reach out to, our committee is gonna reach out again to neighbors who have been contacted in the past, but it's been a while, and they may or may not even wonder if this thing is really happening, so we just want to be sure that they know it is
It is
eventually.
Still happen. One other thing to add, I was unsuccessful in getting the Department of Housing to work through the arrangement I was hoping to have for the Sawmill River project, where we would have them designate the developer, which would preclude us from having to go out to RFP. We are now gonna have to go out to RFP. I got close until some of the lawyers at the Department of Housing said, no.
So that's why.
Yeah. And it would have been,
Conceptually,
they liked it, but, because it satisfied a variety of things. One, that developer who is, it's Chris Whitmer, Green Planet, still owes the DOH a couple of units because he wasn't able to get as many units out of the one on State Street. So he needs to come up with some other ones. And then we've got the $1 million allocation from state bonding towards pre-development works. I just thought it made an awful lot of sense to have them satisfy their piece and our piece and eliminate the need. Good effort. Fell a tiny bit short. So we'll get that. RFP process has already started. We've identified a gentleman who's done RFPs of this nature to manage it on our behalf. In fact, he was the gentleman who put together our application for the CDBG, the original $1 million that we're getting out of the Department of Housing, so which has now been transferred to the state bonding. But nonetheless, he's agreed to do the RFP for us. So.
any word on the other Hubbard Road project?
The 100 apartments.
My best understanding is that is interest rate sensitive. Because the pro formas were done before the significant interest rate increases a couple of years ago. So actually, at a church where some of us attend with some regularity, and the gentleman sits in the same section I do, but he always leaves before I get back. I don't know if he.
Strangely.
Yeah, I don't think he likes to sing.
Don't take
So,
those.
but so I actually gotta give him a call because I've been meaning to talk to him about it. Is that
Yeah,
true?
that'd be interesting,
Yeah.
It might, if it's a timing issue or a process issue, I think it'd be worth an update.
Yeah, I think it's, they still own the land, they still have paid all their engineers and architects and so forth. So the question is, when they have to start buying things and paying contractors to do more earth moving and that stuff. So I will follow up on that. Correspondence, old business.
Yeah, I know we've probably all received a letter or whatever. I mean, do you want to give us any update, or the public any update on the clinic's schedule? I know some people have concerns about that.
Yeah, my last conversation with Lynn Madden was, I think, in part of October. And she had indicated that they had received confirmation from the state that they were going to get their state, they had state approval. It was a formality for them to actually issue it. So that.
But that was a key to the next steps, right?
Yeah, and which is application for the Center for Medicare and Medicaid, CMS, which is a convoluted process, but it's really but it's a simple thing. All they're getting is a site identification through CMS. And it was anticipated that could take, up to a couple of months to get done. So
It's a slow process, but a process that the wheels are turning.
and one of the things that needs to be said, which we talked about at the very beginning, this is highly regulated, as evidenced by the process.
I just wanted to address it so the public knows that. everything that we
Right.
know.
Yeah.
We don't have any of those kinds of.
Right, and again, that's a good point, because the opportunity to influence that decision that ship has sailed.
Yes. There was also something that was raised through correspondence that I think we all received about a application before zoning, something to do with wetlands. I don't,
It went to wetlands and it was denied. The act people were asking for inland wetlands commission to let them relocate some wetlands, and it was denied without prejudice, which that always takes me a while to figure out what that means.
Yeah.
But it means that they denied it, but it means that they could come, the
Yeah.
person asking for this could come back at another time and ask again, maybe with a different idea about it. Didn't say what they wanted to do.
That's what I'm
That was what
wondering.
I was
I
curious.
thought that was relevant to the property next
It
door.
is, but
that
they
they're
own it.
Trying
It's
to,
adjacent.
I know that they're trying to
Right,
connect
Just-
it in some way.
yeah,
Okay.
wondering if.
but at
anyone
this
knew, like
point,
Sandy
they
said, what-
didn't get permission to do anything different than what's there now, I guess.
Yeah, my suspicion, again, suspicion only, is being able to connect those two properties with some kind of driveway, because the van is stored up there. It needs to come down to the vault, so they literally have to go out onto Route 1 and back in. That would be my suppositions. They're looking to create some accessibility between the two on a vehicular for vehicles. So,
Thank you.
but actually, I got the question yesterday as we were heading out to get a Christmas tree at Frolics. Charles said, "What's going on with the F Foundation?" I said, "Yeah, I have to give Lynn Madden a call." Twice, back-to-back days, I got that same question. Anything further? Old business? New business? All right, is there a motion to go into public forum for the purposes of discussing potential land purchase or acquisition?
So you said public forum, you mean?
I mean, executive session, I'm
But
sorry.
did you want to see if there's
Yeah,
any
public forum. Is there anyone on there? I don't think so. Scott, do we want to invite Scott in on this one? Yes?
Yes, Scott's
Okay.
chair.
He is the chair, no, that's right. Okay, is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
And a second, let me try your minds, Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room,
All
All
right.
right,
and we're gonna invite, Kevin, who is already in the room, Gary, Scott Williams, who else do we have?
Peter is
Peter, you're welcome to stay, is that it?
Just Rebecca is on.
Rebecca can take her leave. Thank you for paying attention to our meeting. And who's in the upper right hand
I
corner?
can't read.
Oh, that's
Looks
Nancy,
like
that's Diane downstairs in the clerk's office. So if you would, is there a motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
Any further comments or questions? Let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
Aye. During executive session, there were no motions made, no actions were taken, but as a result of the discussion, is there a motion to authorize the first selectman to enter into a memorandum of agreement for the purchase of 3 connected parcels on Tanner Marsh Road?
So moved.
second.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, let me try your minds. Selectman Federici,
Aye.
those in the room?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carries. Does anyone have anything else, but we have nothing on the agenda, so I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. So moved. Second, non-debatable motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all, Scott, thank you, Gary, thank you, Kevin.
Thank
as
you
well.
very much.
And Scott, thanks for donating the services of your lovely wife / grant writer over the holiday. I hope you still got a turkey out of the deal.
It's the timing of it really stunk, but I appreciate it. Thank you. And Kevin's been working just as hard over the holiday, so he's owed a debt of gratitude as well.
All right, we got it. Thank you all.
And Selectmen, thank you for your support, as always.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Sure.
Kevin, nice job. You're still not done yet though, right?
Oh, no, I got till midnight here. There's still a couple of documents still be handed in to us from attorneys.
And Matt, either through Kevin or Bob directly will needs to get to you to get a document signed.
I'm here all day.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.